Paul Kafer, a member of the McCook Central FFA chapter and the 2023 National FFA Chorus, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Listen up to what I'm saying. Don't you know a good thing when it comes around the corner and it bites you? Now you don't need no doctor, I'm a sure thing, baby. Take the blindfold off, I got the right stuff, yeah, the right stuff. I can deliver, but you don't see the river, you only see the
FFA members, advisors, and guests, get on your feet and get excited for your 2023-2024 State Officer Team. Your State Sentinel from the Elkton FFA chapter, Emily Robbins. Your State Reporter from the Sioux Valley FFA chapter, Gabrielle Rebeline. Your State Treasurer from the Lake Preston FFA chapter, Greta Larson. Your State Secretary from the Brookings FFA chapter, Raisa Solinsky. Your State Vice President from the Belle Fourche FFA chapter, Justin Cole. And your State President from the Wilmot FFA chapter, Alyssa Feather.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the third session of the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
Madam President, the Sentinel.
Station by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the Emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 2,226 members present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare the third session of the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Comes a breakthrough, here comes a day. Who have you had your eyes checked lately, boy? Don't stop till you break it on. Shake it till you make it till you break it on. Don't stop till you break it on.
Stop still. These next two chairs have very different energy drink preferences. One loves to crack open a Red Bull, while the other an Alani Nu. They're both very organized, but their music choices are the complete opposite. One is a night owl, while the other is sleeping by 10 p.m. And both always have a knack for being one of the best dressed individuals in the room. Please help me in welcoming our chairs for the third session of the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention, our State Sentinel, Emily Robbins, and State Reporter, Gabrielle Rubeline.
Can't see how you could ignore. Get your head on straight. Too little, maybe too late. Listen up to what I...
Gabrielle, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out something to wear.
I mean, you could just wear our pretty cool convention t-shirts, but why do you need something to wear?
Well, here at the third session of the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention, we have a lot of things to do, and I need an outfit for every single one of them.
That's right. We definitely are going to need an outfit for the star finalists, our Proficiency Awards, our District Green Hands, and of course, our Honorary State Degree and Distinguished Service Award recipients.
We are also going to commemorate our star partners and hear retiring addresses from our State Secretary, Raisa Zielinski, and State President, Alyssa Feather. We'll recognize past state officer teams and get to meet the 2024 state officer candidates.
We need to go shopping.
Hi, I'm Cassie Fensky from the Brookings FFA chapter.
I'm Connor May from the Brookings FFA chapter.
I'm Ava Kauser from the Brookings FFA chapter.
Raisa has played many different roles in my life over the past few years. First, she was the vice president of my local FFA chapter, who convinced me to join even though I had virtually no egg background. Next, she was my absolute best friend who I could go to about anything in the world. And finally, she is my biggest role model. Raisa loves everybody as much as she loves herself, and she is the only person that comes to mind when I think of who I want to be when I grow up.
Raisa has always had unwavering levels of faith and confidence in me. At times when I not have faith or believe in myself, I know I can count on Raisa to motivate me and bring my confidence back up. She's always been there for someone for me to go to for advice, whether it be about FFA, being an officer, or just anything happening in my life. She has truly set the blueprint for what it means to be a great person, leader, and officer as well. I hope to be able to set an example on the others around me like Raisa has done for me and the numerous others around her.
For me, Raisa has not only been a chapter president or a state officer. She's been a mentor, a friend, a role model, and an older sister to look up to. I am so grateful for the endless coffee dates and the meaningful conversations she has given me. I can always count on her beaming smile and warming heart to make me feel valued and my darkest days bright. Raisa, good luck in the future. I know you will succeed in whatever you do. Thank you so much for everything, not just for me, but all the other people you have inspired. South Dakota FFA.
Please join me in welcoming
Your 2023-2024 State Secretary, Raisa Zielinski, with her retiring address, Love.
Growing up, some of my favorite memories were spent with my grandpa. Whether that was mowing the lawn, carrying water buckets in the lambing room, or watching my brother's baseball games. But my ultimate favorite was riding on the back of his Harley motorcycle, traveling the Midwest. Look at that. I was the ultimate biker babe. My grandpa would take one weekend in the summer and take me on a motorcycle trip. And for some of you who may not think that's a very big deal, my grandpa never took work off. We would go to Valley Fair, Wisconsin Dells, maybe the Mall of America, or the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. We'd maybe go get a new outfit at the Justice Clothing Store or an American Girl doll, and maybe even the highest roller coaster. But from these experiences, it wasn't the materialistic things I gained. It was the quality time that I got to spend with my grandpa. He showed me early on that love looks differently for everyone. Now, this reminds me of another experience in my life. It's a Thursday afternoon, and I'm driving home from school, and I realize a black cloud behind my house. I think, oh, it's just another South Dakota storm. I get home, and I get a call from my mom. Raisa, get downstairs right now. There's a bad storm coming. I think, how bad can it really be? But I go downstairs, and I wait for the next 45 minutes. I hear things hitting the house left and right. But then again, I think to myself, how bad can it really be? Eventually the storm passes, I walk outside, and I look to my left, and I see my barn is destroyed. I immediately start thinking, how am I going to be able to show this year? How am I going to be able to do the thing I love so much? How are any sheep even alive right now? I rush outside, I put my boots on. I get to the barn, and thankfully, all of the sheep are still alive. The next few weeks, many good friends and my family members spend time making an unpredictable situation manageable. I then pose the question to my parents, how am I going to be able to show lambs this year? Thankfully, we had one standing barn. All 12 of my show lambs needed to be on their very own individual diets, which required every feeding morning and night for them to be tied up individually. There were times I wanted to give up. I questioned, why was I doing this? What was the point? But my parents showed me acts of service. They showed up when I needed them most, and I was able to overcome the obstacle of losing my barn because I had people around me who loved me. Now, let's flash back to my freshman year of high school. I'm gearing up to start my very first high school volleyball season. I am ecstatic. I finally get to play high school volleyball. We've been practicing multiple months over the summer, different workouts and different camps. Once the season starts, though, there's something that just doesn't seem right. I don't know if it's that I'm not making any connections with the girls on the team, or if it's because there is so much girl drama. And for all the girls in this room, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Growing up with two older brothers, that's just not how I was raised. This season comes to an end, and I have an uneasy feeling. Do I really love this sport anymore? Flash forward to the spring of that year. I get to start my very first FFA CDE season, and I get to compete in livestock judging, which I've been doing since I was 8 years old in 4-H. My team gets on the bus, and we head to Redfield, and we end up winning, and I can't wait for the next competition. But a week later, COVID hits, and the world comes to a halt. I then again find myself asking, what am I going to do? A few months go by, and my volleyball coach texts me. She says, Raisa, please fill out this survey. A survey I had been procrastinating for multiple weeks. I open it up, and it states, how comfortable are you being in the same room with other people? Next, have you ever had COVID before? I get to the bottom, and it says, will you be playing volleyball this year? I knew in that moment I had to decide if I was going to do something that I didn't love anymore. So I click no and hit submit. I valued the lessons that the Brookings volleyball team taught me, but I decided to prioritize my time to the Brookings FFA, who showed love and passion for the agriculture industry. May 15th, 2019. My grandpa was diagnosed with progressive bulbar palsy, and in simple terms, it's a form of ALS. He was told he would lose his ability to eat, breathe, and speak. Why could that be true? How could that happen to the most loving person I know, to the most strong person I know? I was in complete denial. But every time I saw him, he got progressively worse. But there was one thing that never changed, and that was the love that he showed to each and every person around him. Whether that was a simple text each and every day, or a simple note on his whiteboard, you knew that he loved you. When he passed away, I knew I wanted to carry on his legacy of loving everyone around him. Whether that's the 6,000 South Dakota FFA members, or my classmates, or my teammates. But I also learned that love can evolve to something new. Early on, I learned from my grandpa that love looks differently for everyone. I was able to overcome the obstacle of losing my barn because I had my parents by my side showing me acts of service and that they loved me. I valued my time playing volleyball, but I prioritized my life to the Brookings FFA chapter because of the love they showed me. And upon my grandpa's passing, and when he was diagnosed, I learned that love can evolve to something new. South Dakota FFA, when you surround yourself with people who love you, you can overcome any obstacle.
I rehearsed it in my
Raisa.
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new...
Raisa, you show us what it means to wear our hearts on our sleeves. Throughout this past year, your positive and energetic attitude continues to light up the lives of those around you. You are always down for a trip to a jewelry store and a good car ride as long as Cody Johnson is playing on the radio. Whenever you start giggling, we can't help but share the laugh. Thank you for being our team's ferocious lion, caffeinated bubbler fanatic, admirable confidant, and biggest cheerleader. You did great, sweetie. Love, Emily, Alyssa, Dustin, Greta, and Gabrielle. South Dakota FFA, our 2023-2024 State Secretary, Raisa Zielinski.
In front of me that were only going to make me a better individual and believed in me when I did not believe in myself. Thank you for reminding me as individuals we are never done growing, and for being one of the many reasons I ran for state office. I am the person I am today because of the unwavering love and support you gave me. Mrs. Dykstra, though I only got 2 years with you as my advisor, you made such a meaningful impact on my life. You were always up for a Starbucks run, a constant friend, and would stay in the classroom many hours after school just talking about life. Thank you for all the words of advice, to love each and every one around us, no matter the circumstance. I cannot wait to see all you accomplish as a teacher and the impact you leave on so many people. South Dakota FFA, please help me in thanking my advisors, Mr. Joshua Johnson and Mrs. Michelle Dykstra.
We may live our lives a little slow.
Rhett, you were welcome for always playing football with you when we were younger. There was no one else I'd rather spend 15 summers watching play baseball and chase your dream. Thank you for constantly reminding me to not take life so seriously and to just go with the flow. I'm so proud of you. Riggin, thank you for always being willing to put up with my sassiness in the barn and investing so much time into my livestock projects. Though there are times we fought in the barn, I'm still thankful for the summers I got showing with you. You exemplify what it means to be hardworking, and I'm so proud to call you my brother. Mom, thank you for your constant love, always up for an island talk, and for not only being my mom, but also my best friend. You continue to be a consistent shoulder to cry on. Your constant faithfulness encourages me to be a better woman each day. I hope someday I'm half the woman you are. Dad, without you, I would not have the love or passion for the agriculture industry. I'm thankful for the opportunities you've provided and the lessons you've instilled in me, shaping me into a more dedicated woman each day. I wouldn't want to share the obsession with sheep with anyone else. I will forever be your little girl. South Dakota FFA, it is my honor to welcome my parents to the stage, Rob and Christy Zielinski, and to present them with their honorary state degrees.
Agricultural education students from across the state have broken through as members in the South Dakota FFA Association. Our District Star Green Hands advanced from their chapter to the district level where their star applications were reviewed, candidates were interviewed, and stars from each district were selected.
A Green Hand strives to enhance their knowledge and achieve new heights during their time in FFA. The honor of a Green Hand recognizes the hard work and dedication they put forth into their supervised agricultural experience. The plaques and cash awards for District Green Hand are sponsored by Central Farmers Cooperative through the South Dakota FFA Foundation. Madam President, will you please introduce the Star Green Hands from each district?
District 1, Noah Felderman, Doland. District 2, Lacey Weber, Rutland. District 3, Riley Pankratz, Parker. District 4, Cash Martinez, Bridgewater, Emory. District 5, Atlee Olson, Belfouche. District 6, Max Klein, Wessington Springs. District 7, Dawson Dorr, Montrose. District 8, Caitlin Gebhart, Lemon. Congratulations.
let's raise our hands if we've ever been a part of a team before. Well, just like the teams we've been a part of, South Dakota FFA isn't much different. To ensure agricultural education and FFA are successful, numerous driven individuals contribute to our process.
The South Dakota FFA team consists of agricultural education teachers, SDSU teacher education to train new teachers, post-secondary clubs including Collegiate FFA, the South Dakota FFA alumni and supporters, the South Dakota Center for Farm and Ranch Management, the South Dakota FFA Association, and the South Dakota FFA Foundation.
These organizations together make up Team Ag Ed. Without every team member, FFA cannot flourish. Many businesses recognize the value of each Team Ag Ed member and have become star partners, making a major financial commitment to all Team Ag Ed members.
Our star partners are the backbone of South Dakota FFA. Their generous support and continued dedication to the South Dakota FFA Association enables our members to move on to lead the agriculture industry, which is essential in strengthening our student-led organization.
Star partners contribute to the personal growth and career success of FFA members from across the state. Our star partners have invested over $200,000 in 2024 alone for Team Ag Ed.
Please join us in welcoming to the stage our star partners.
Northland Ford dealers. 4-star partners, CHS Foundation, Bear. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska and South Dakota Corn Utilization Council. 3-star partners, AgTegra Cooperative, Max Steel, and Farm Credit Services of America. Please step forward as your name is called. 2-star partners, Bank West, Butler Machinery, the First National Bank in Sioux Falls. Pioneer Corteva, Dakota Bank, and Prairie Grain Partners, LLC. C&B Equipment, First Dakota National Bank, and RDO Equipment. 1-star partner, BASF, Cropland by Winfield United, Christensen Farms, Olson Custom Farms, East River Electric, Hanson Associates LLC, Midwest Veterinary Service, Dakota Grain Connection, City, Riverview LLP, Titan Machinery, LG Seeds, Leasinger Farm, Wilbur Ellis.
Please join us in demonstrating the impact that our star partners have on us as members of South Dakota FFA. Please stand if you received a travel scholarship to compete at the National FFA Convention.
Stay standing and join them in standing if you have received your corduroy jacket from the Blue Jacket program.
Please stand if you, as a teacher, received a new teacher scholarship, post-secondary FFA scholarship, or a stipend to attend Winter Professional Development, Regional, or National Association of Agriculture Educators Conference.
If your school has an alumni and supporters chapter, join in standing.
If you attended a leadership retreat or helped at the Ag Adventure Center at the State Fair this last summer, please stand.
If your chapter received a chapter visit from the state officer team this year, join your fellow members in standing.
And if you are here at the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention, please stand.
South Dakota FFA, take a look around you. With over 2,000 members standing, we can see the impact that our STAR partners have on the lives within this organization. STAR partners, a sincere thank you for investing in each of us and our ability to achieve breakthroughs in leadership and agriculture. These were just a few examples of your impact. You are so important to us. South Dakota FFA, please join us in thanking our STAR partners with a huge round of applause.
Listen up to what I'm saying. Don't you know a good thing when it comes around the corner and it bites you? Now you don't need no doctor, I'm a sure thing, baby. Take the blindfold off, I got the right stuff, yeah, the right stuff. I can deliver, but you don't see the river.
Emily, where are your shoes?
Well, I'm trying to find the perfect pair.
The perfect pair? You're in official dress. You just need your black heels.
But with the proficiency categories, there are so many different ones that I need a different pair of shoes for each one of them. You don't expect me to wear my chacos for beef placement, do you?
You have a point there. We're FFA members. Of course we need a pair of shoes for almost everything.
A pair of shoes can take us a long way. We're about to recognize members who have come a long way within their respective proficiency. Our finalists maximize their talents by completing tasks which can take them in new directions, and they know the importance of a good pair of shoes.
Proficiencies allow our members to develop individual growth while expanding their efforts within their project. Our finalists demonstrate characteristics of adaptability, service, and dedication that all FFA members should possess.
Agricultural Communications Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Tri-State Neighbor of Sioux Falls. In third place, from Bridgewater Emory, Quentin Berg. In second place, from Bridgewater Emory, Hayden Hofer. And in first place, from Gregory County, Avery Zeisler. Congratulations. Each winner from tonight's session will go on to compete at the national level in October. All plaques and cash awards for the top 3 individuals are sponsored as a special project of the South Dakota FFA Foundation. Let's congratulate all finalists and winners. Agricultural Education Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Dr. Lon and Mary Moeller. In third place, from Tri-Valley, Gracie Peterson. In second place, from Oldham Ramona Rutland, Lacey Weber. And in first place, from Tri-Valley, Bria Janes. Congratulations. Agricultural
Mechanics Design and Fabrication Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Camac Ranch Supply Incorporated. In third place, from Tri-Valley, Nolan Schmidt. In second place, from Bridgewater Emory, Holden Woolman. And in first place, from Howard, Mason Jacobson. Congratulations. Agricultural Mechanics Repair and Maintenance Entrepreneurship is sponsored by Grossenberg Implement and Site Work Specialties. In first place, from McCook Central, Landon Rolling. Congratulations. Agricultural Mechanics Repair and Maintenance Placement is sponsored by Titan Machinery and CMB Equipment. In third place, from West Central, Reese Gerlach. In second place, from Tri-Valley, Brady Broughton. And in first place, from Harrisburg, Owen Murphy. Congratulations. Agricultural Processing Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by South Dakota Soybean Processors, LLC, Canadius and Londa Nawadake. In third place, from Bridgewater Emory, Dylan Woolman. In second place, from McCook Central, Abby Chase. And in first place, from Howard, Loden Albert. Congratulations. Agricultural Sales Entrepreneurship is sponsored by Legend Seeds Incorporated of DeSmit. In third place, from McCook Central, Ava Sieverding. In second place, from Cologne, Joseph Laprith. And in first place, from Beersford, Tessa Henderson. Congratulations. Agricultural Sales Placement is sponsored by M&M Cattle Services, South Dakota Aviation Association, and Rancher Feed and Seed. In third place, from McCook Central, Isabella Jimenez. In second place, from Brookings, Cassie Fensky. And in first place, from McCook Central, Taya McGregor. Congratulations. Agricultural Services Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by On Target Agency and Lair Horse Care LLC. In third place, Buffalo Christian, Josie Johnson. In second place, from Wessington Springs, Garrett Anson. And in first place, from Hot Springs, Kyle Sanders. Agri-Science Research Animal Systems is sponsored by CHS Foundation. In third place, from McCook Central, Colton Stiefvater. In second place, from West Central, Kelsey Volkrod. And in first place, from McCook Central, Joseph Grady. Congratulations. Agri-Science Research Integrated Systems is sponsored by Terry Jaspers and Valley Queen Cheese. In third place, from Tri-Valley, Espen Altoff. In second place, from McCook Central, Paul Kafer. And in first place, from McCook Central, Mason Pulse. Congratulations. Agri-Science Research Plant Systems is sponsored by Sodak Labs Incorporated. In second place, from McCook Central, Abby Wagner. And in first place, from Gettysburg, Tanner Eide. Congratulations. Beef Production Entrepreneurship is sponsored by Stuart Charles, Vedva Charles, Renovo Seeds, and the South Dakota Shorthorn Association. In third place, from Tri-Valley, Ireland McAvery. In second place, from Bridgewater Emory, Cash Lehrman. And in first place, from Parker, Shelby Pankratz. Congratulations. Beef Production Placement is sponsored by South Dakota Cattlemen's Association and the Blair Brothers. In third place, from Bridgewater Emory, Caden Glanzer. In second place, from McCook Central, Carly Stiefvater. And in first place, from Howard, Lucas Feldhaus. Congratulations. Dairy Production Entrepreneurship is sponsored by Associated Milk Producers Incorporated. In third place, from Sioux Valley, Jacob Post. In second place, from Lennox Sunstrom, Skylar Plucker. And in first place, from Parker, Natalie Hawsey. Congratulations. Dairy Production Placement is sponsored by Associated Milk Producers Incorporated. In third place, from West Central, Aiden J. Healy. In second place, from Montrose, Kellen Keeter. And in first place, from Tri-Valley, Brody Alquist. Congratulations. Diversified Agricultural Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Sioux Nation Ag, Kevin and Amber Blagg, and Blaine and Liz Osterday. In third place, from Gettysburg, Tanner Eide. In second place, from Bridgewater Emory, Cash Lehrman. And in first place, from McCook Central, Landon Rolling. Congratulations. Diversified Crop Production Entrepreneurship is sponsored by Agtegra Cooperative. In second place, from Redfield, Eldon Bloom. In first place, from Wessington Springs, Garrett Anson. Congratulations. Diversified Crop Production Placement is sponsored by South Dakota Seed Trade Association. In third place, from Bridgewater Emory, Corbin Glanzer. In second place, from Wessington Springs, Ridge Roadrunner. And in first place, from McCook Central, Carly Stiefvater. Congratulations. Diversified Horticulture Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by South Dakota Soil Health Coalition. In third place, from West Central, Jude Jarding. In second place, from McCook Central, Kaylee Klinkhammer. And in first place, from Viborg Hurley, Lamaya Baker. Congratulations. Diversified Livestock Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by McFleeg Incorporated. In third place, from McCook Central, Mara Schock. In second place, from Beersford, Cassandra Tweet. And in first place, from Howard, Melanie Kalmus. Congratulations. Environmental Science and Natural Resource Management Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by South Dakota Association of Conservation Districts and Sitework Specialties Incorporated. In first place, from McCook Central, Owen Alley. Congratulations to the first half of our Proficiency Award recipients.
I sure do have a lot of hats. Maybe I should donate some of them.
Me too, but it's hard because each one reminds me of an experience I had as a state officer. Like this one from our safari at East and West River Leadership Retreats. And this bucket hat kept me cool during the heat wave at the South Dakota State Fair.
I wore this hat during the day of service at the National FFA Convention, and this cowboy hat reminds me of Rodeo Rapid City and our time in the Ag Adventure Zone.
As state officers, we have worn a lot of hats this year, and each one holds a special memory for our team.
Our hats are getting a little worn out, and now it's time to get to meet the candidates who'll be wearing all sorts of new hats as they go on to serve the South Dakota FFA Association this coming year.
Please join us in welcoming to the stage our 2024 state officer candidates.
Hello, South Dakota FFA. I am Ben Storm representing the Sturgis FFA chapter.
Hi, my name is Maya Howard, and I proudly represent the Miller FFA chapter.
My name is Carly Tenike, and I proudly represent the Del Rapids FFA chapter.
I'm Hallie Swenson, and I'm proudly representing the Harrisburg FFA chapter.
Hey everybody, my name is Ethan Hendricks, and I am proudly representing the Rapid City Stevens FFA chapter.
Hello, I am Dakota Jensen, and I am proudly representing the Bowdle FFA chapter.
My name is Emma Peterson, and I proudly represent the Willow Lake FFA chapter.
Hello, my name is Jordan Bowick, and I'm proudly representing the Doland FFA chapter.
Good evening. My name is Tristan Petrick, and I'm happy to represent the Platte Geddes FFA chapter.
Good evening. My name is Courtney Decker, and I am proudly representing the Northwestern Area chapter.
Hello, South Dakota FFA. My name is Haley Kaiser, and I'm proudly representing the Howard FFA chapter.
Hi, my name is Michaela Barecki, and I'm from the Chester FFA chapter.
My name is Raul Baronis, and I proudly represent the Millbank FFA chapter.
Hello, I'm Harley Nielsen, and I am proud to represent the Hitchcock-Tueller FFA chapter.
Good evening, South Dakota FFA. My name is Madeline Fairchild, and I am proudly representing the Rapid City Central FFA.
Good evening, South Dakota FFA. My name is Bailey Weeger, and I proudly represent the Viber Curly FFA chapter.
Many lenders work in agriculture, but only one works for it. Mission-driven and owned by the producers we serve, we help customers manage risk, grow their success, and achieve goals. More than just another lender in agriculture, we strive to be its most valued. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Will all past state officers please report backstage?
Equine Science Entrepreneurship is sponsored by Amani Rainers, Tim and Anderson, Nivian, Millbank. In third place, from Beersford, Tayton Tweet. In second place, from Brookings, Josie Nold. And in first place, from McCook Central, Dylan McGregor. Congratulations. Equine Science Placement is sponsored by Scott Kamak, Don Nagel, Susan Sudero, Webster FFA, and Roger DeRushi. In third place, from West Central, Allison L. Brost. In second place, from Kimball, Shada Ness. And in first place, from Mitchell, Delaney Zoss. Congratulations. Fiber and/or oil, crop production, entrepreneurship placement is sponsored by South Dakota Soybean Research and Promotion Council. In third place, from Bridgewater Emory, Jason Zeeb. In second place, from McCook Central, Carly Stiefvater. And in first place, from McCook Central, Derek Schock. Congratulations. Forage production, entrepreneurship, and placement is sponsored by Kicker Feed Farm Incorporated of Webster. In third place, from McCook Central, Brody Dennis. In second place, from Miller, Tanner Wallman. And in first place, from West Central, Lexi Nichols. Congratulations. Fruit production, entrepreneurship, and placement is sponsored by Mintech Citrus. In third place, from Wessington Springs, Luke Larson. In second place, from Harrisburg, Isabella Smith-Back. And in first place, from Howard, Rowan Kaiser. Congratulations. Goat Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Hamilton Farms of Hitchcock, South Dakota. In third place, from Parker, Vanessa Dunkelberger. In second place, from West Central, Kelsey Vokrot. And in first place, from Wessington Springs, Abigail Kolosik. Congratulations. Grain Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Dakota Mill and Grain Incorporated and South Dakota Wheat Commission. In third place, from Bridgewater Emory, Jason Zeeb. In second place, from McCook Central, Carly Stiefvater. And in first place, from Wessington Springs, Ridge Roadrunner. Congratulations. Human Community Development Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Harrisburg FFA. In third place, from McCook Central, Vivian Kepsell. In second place, from Viborg Hurley, Lily Nelson. And in first place, from McCook Central, Noah Schnee. Congratulations. Landscape Management Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Farmhouse Fraternity, SDSU. In third place, from Tri-Valley, Hunter Foster. In second place, from McCook Central, Avery Alley. And in first place, from Garrettson, Hannah Freewalt. Congratulations. Nursery Operations Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Twin City Region Northland Ford Dealers. In third place, from Iroquois, Maddie Burma. In second place, from Bridgewater Emory, Quinn Colhan. And in first place, from Parkston, Emily Walls. Congratulations. Outdoor Recreation Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Jack's Campers of Mitchell, South Dakota, Central Dakota Guide Service, and South Dakota Walleye Charters. In third place, from McCook Central, Kaiza Blaze. In second place, from Oldham Marota Rutland, Lacey Weber. And in first place, from Brookings, Connor May. Congratulations. Poultry Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Josh Johnson and the South Dakota Poultry Industries Association. In third place, from Chester, Michaela Iverson. In second place, from Arlington, Preston Stingray. And in first place, from Redfield, Eldon Bloom. Congratulations. Service Learning Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Dr. Laura Hazelquist and Toby Euchre. In second place, From Bridgewater Emory, Alexis Golder. And in first place, from McCook Central, Abby Chase. Congratulations. Sheep Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Newell Ramsale and Rufus and Patty DeZale. In third place, from Beersford, Cassandra Tweet. In second place, from Wessington Springs, Carissa Scheel. And in first place, from Elkton, Emily Robbins. Congratulations. Small Animal Production and Care Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Salem Veterinary Service, South Dakota Veterinary Medical Association, and Bob and Sandy Ronole. In third place, from Lake Preston, Madison Reek. In second place, from Bridgewater Emory, Katrina Thon. And in first place, from Viborg Hurley, Bridget Bensnet. Congratulations. Specialty Animal Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Wendy Mortensen Agency and American Family. In third place, from Beersford, Allie Westra. In second place, from McCook, Abby Chase. And in first place, from Hot Springs, Hannah Soletto. Congratulations. Specialty Crop Production Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Howie Seeds Incorporated of McLaughlin and Hansmeyer Son Incorporated of Bristol. In first place, from Miller, Hagen Fricksty. Congratulations. Swine Production Entrepreneurship is sponsored by South Dakota Pork Producers Council. In third place, from Bridgewater Emory, Dawson Plagueman. In second place, from Parker, Carter Ross. And in first place, from Oldham Ramona Rutland, Lacey Weber. Congratulations. Swine Production Placement is sponsored by Growmaster, Kevin and Sandy Ottenberg, Wally and Kathy Knock, and United Animal Health. In third place, from Beersford, Elena Andrews. In second place, from McCook Central, Landon Rolling. And in first place, from McCook Central, Hayden Stuffle. Congratulations. Turf Grass Management Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Renovo Seeds. In third place, from Howard, Tate Miller. And in second place, from McCook Central, Carly Klinkhammer. And in first place, from McCook Central, Samara Wolf. Congratulations.
Vegetable Production Entrepreneurship and Placement is sponsored in memory of Bill and Stella Hansen by Clark and Lila Hansen. In third place, from Gettysburg, Bobby Eide. In second place, from McCook Central, Carly Stiefvater. And in first place, from McCook Central, Callie Kaufman. Congratulations. Veterinary Science Entrepreneurship Placement is sponsored by Salem Veterinary Service. In third place, from McCook Central, Colton Stiefvater. In second place, from Miller, Sabra Morris. And in first place, from West Central, Kelsey Vachrod. Congratulations. Wildlife Production and Management, Entrepreneurship and Placement is sponsored by Craig and Maury Weinkoff. In third place, from Wessington Springs, Blake Larson. In second place, from McCook Central, Joseph Grady. And in first place from Howard, Haley Kaiser. Congratulations to all of our Proficiency winners. Reminder, would all past state officers please report backstage?
Hello, my name is Harley Heim, and I'm from the Wesleyan Springs FFA chapter.
Hello, I'm Andrew Johnson from the Harrisburg FFA chapter.
I'm Rihanna Rubush from the Wilmot FFA chapter.
From not knowing who she was to becoming one of my closest friends, to meeting her in Vermilion, to taking on Washington, D.C., Alyssa is a person who brightens everyone's day. She's inspirational, kind, and most importantly, one of my best friends. Alyssa, or Feather as I call her, is a person who is always there for you, even if you are 5 hours away. She is someone who is determined to make everyone's situation a better one.
From an awkward conversation of how I wanted to be a butler when growing up, Alyssa has always taught me to be proud of who I am and push me to be my best. I'm so happy that I was able to help her come out of her comfort zone and for her to push me out of mine. I can't wait to see what Alyssa's going to do in the future, but whatever it is, I know she's going to do great.
I've known Alyssa my whole time throughout FFA. Alyssa wrote me a letter telling me I got this, and she was proud of me for trying to get the district officer position, because that's the type of person she is. She's been one of the most important people for me in FFA, helped me in many ways. I've enjoyed watching what she has accomplished and can't wait to see what else she does.
It is a privilege and our honor to share with you my friend,
our role model.
Please welcome and your 2023-2024 South Dakota FFA State President, Alyssa Feather. Please welcome her to the stage as she gives her retiring address, Something More to Give.
Raise your hand if you've ever been afraid of the dark. What if the definition of dark wasn't the absence of light, but the feeling of something that makes you, you? For me, that was a lack of feeling worthy. If you're from a small town, you understand that there isn't much to do besides drive around. So my freshman year of high school, that's what my friends and I did every day after school. We drove around. It was harmless until that's all I wanted to do. Driving around became like an escape from the darkness. I didn't have to worry about school and the homework that I had been procrastinating, or the stress of work, or anything, really. Despite not wanting to deal with it, I was in the dark. And that not only scared me, but my parents as well. It's a Friday afternoon and school just got done, so my friends and I get in the car and we're driving around, listening to music, having a good time. It's about 11 p.m. and I head home. When I get home, my parents are up and they're waiting for me. Alyssa, sit down. We need to talk to you. I knew that what was coming next couldn't be good. So I sit down at the dining room table with my parents. Alyssa, what's going on with you? My heart sank, and I didn't know what to say. My parents were worried about me because I was never home, my grades were dropping, and it didn't seem like I cared. I didn't care. I didn't feel like I was good enough or worth it. I was struggling. I talked to my parents for 2 hours before my dad said to me, Alyssa, we're worried about the path that you're going down because you have so much potential. Potential? Me? In this moment, that was the last thing that I felt like I had. After I got done talking to my parents, I went upstairs to my room to go to bed. And as I was laying in my bed, in the pitch black and in the silence, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was extremely guilty. When I left that conversation with my parents, that's what made me feel guilty. It wasn't how I was raised, and certainly not what I looked up to. I was being selfish. I didn't care how my actions were affecting those around me. Growing up, I always looked up to my Grandma Bev. She is the most selfless person that I knew. She fostered hundreds of children, and she did some of this as a single mother. My Grandma Bev didn't have a judging bone in her body. She had a smile that could light up any room that she walked into, and the most contagious laugh. I wanted to be just like her. There was this one time when I was 5 years old, and I couldn't wait to get home to play with my dog Rufus. My mom, my grandma, and I had been shopping all day, and all I wanted to do was be at home with Rufus. We finally are done with shopping and we're heading home, when all of a sudden I hear, Tanya, pull over. And I look up to my mom pulling over to the side of the road where a man stands with a sign. My Grandma Bev quickly rolled down her window. She talked to the man, gave him some money, smiled, and told him to have a nice day. Now, I didn't know why she was doing this because personally, I thought the guy looked kind of scary. We finally pull away and we head for home. Grandma, why'd you do that? Why wouldn't you? I gave her a confused look because I didn't understand why. Everybody needs help sometimes, so why wouldn't you help them? Huh. Everybody does need some help sometimes. Why don't we help them? What is stopping you from helping those around you? Imagine if we all did a good deed and helped someone in need. I think the world would be a way better place. Have you ever woken up on the wrong side of the bed and it's going to be everybody else's problem? Well, today I am having one of those days. I don't want to go to school. I definitely don't want to go to math class. And the last thing that I want to do is spend 30 minutes with an elementary student. You see, at my school, we have what's called the Pause Mentoring Program. It's where twice a week, for roughly 30 minutes a day, an elementary student gets to hang out with a high schooler. This is so that they're having a good week, they're fitting in, and they're comfortable. As I'm dragging my feet to my mentee's classroom thinking, why do I have to do this? This is going to be so boring. This is pointless. But as I stop and I get to his classroom, he's not excited to see me. Now this is kind of weird because frankly, it's pretty cool to be an elementary student hanging out with a high schooler. As we leave his classroom and we head towards the gym, I could tell something was wrong. How was your day today? He looked up to me with the biggest frown on his face. It's not good. My friends that I played with at recess were picking on me, and I'm not having a good day. I knew that in the next 30 minutes, I had to spend all of my time trying to make his day a whole lot better. So we finally get to the gym and we start to play some basketball, which is his favorite, by the way. We even play some frisbee, and then we even break out the scooters. And as I'm dragging him on the gym floor on his scooter, our time is up, and I walk him back to his classroom. But this time, when I drop him off, he has the biggest smile on his face. That bad attitude that I had woken up with, it was gone. The problems that I thought I had, it didn't matter anymore. Because even on my bad day, I was able to help someone have a good day. This is when I realized that the smallest things can make the biggest impact. Service can look differently for everybody. Sometimes it's easy to get stuck in our own way, but Beersford FFA member Lainey Andrews makes sure to be a listening ear and take in all perspective before making the decision that'll affect those around her. And when I was struggling to find out who I was and find what made me feel worth it, my high school English teacher, Miss Thielen, she showed me grace and patience. And she may not have known it at the time, but those little conversations and checking in on me made the biggest difference for me in high school. Service can be helping a friend, a family member, or even a stranger. It can be starting a community service project within our chapters, or helping a teammate study for their CDE or LDE event. It can even be smiling at someone who looks like they're having a bad day, or listening to someone who needs it. It doesn't matter who you are, or where you're from, or what you've gone through. Because South Dakota FFA, we all have something more to give.
You have been a light to us in so many different ways this year. We have learned so much from your vulnerability, and you have truly taught us how to be genuine. We are honored to call you a teammate because your passion to serve others has helped us live out our year of service. But even more, I'm honored to call you a best friend. Our late night drives blasting music will always be one of my fondest memories. We wish nothing but the best for you and can't wait to see where your life heads. Love, Dustin, Gabrielle, Greta, Raisa, and Emily. South Dakota FFA, our 2023-2024 State President, Alyssa Feather.
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new Ford truck. Get started with exclusive spring bonus offers at your local Northland Ford dealers. Then, own the season behind the wheel of your new Ford. Whether you're looking for power or capability, there's a Ford truck waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get in the driver's seat today. Get an F-150 XLT with 1.9% financing for 72 months, plus up to $2,000 in total savings, and for a limited time, an extra $1,000 in spring bonus cash.
Mr. Cones, thank you for encouraging me to join FFA regardless of my knowledge of what it was. In 8th grade, I had no idea what I was getting into, but you assured me there was something for me that I would enjoy. Thank you for instilling that in me. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to share my passion and love for this organization. Mrs. Shocker, thank you for always encouraging me, not only in FFA, but also life. You were an amazing advisor who supported me no matter what. Whenever I was scared to do something, you had a way of reminding me that I can do it and it would be all right. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best version of myself that I can. Kent Ferricks, thank you for seeing the potential in me that you did. I couldn't be more grateful for how you showed me to judge people by their character, not their background. You never failed to push me to keep growing as a leader and try new things. Thank you for answering any question I had about FFA and sharing your stories with me. I am so thankful I had a mentor like you to look up to throughout my time in FFA. South Dakota FFA, please help me in thanking my advisors, Ken Cones, Mary Sarah Shocker, and mentor Ken Fergs. Mom and Dad, words cannot describe how much it means to have you in my corner. Even though I frustrate you from time to time, you never give up on me. In fact, you two have pushed me to make the most out of life. Your selflessness and hard work does not go unnoticed. Thank you for showing me the importance of serving and giving to others. Without your constant love and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. You two are my biggest role models. Thank you for always encouraging me to be myself. Marley, thank you for being the best older sister I could ask for. Thank you for being someone I can always count on to keep it real with me. We may not live super close, but no matter the distance, our bond always stays strong. Justin, where to begin? You're not only my brother, but have become my best friend. Thank you for always taking the time to understand why I get stressed out and never fail to help me through something. Thank you for always being my shoulder to lean on when things get rough, and my biggest supporter no matter the accomplishment. Nathan, I'm sure having me as your little sister was not easy, but with age, I'm glad that we've grown closer. Every time I'm scared something won't work out, you tell me that it will. Thank you for believing in me, even when I don't believe in myself. Lucas, Ava, and Ethan, thank you for giving me my favorite title of being your aunt. Watching you grow up has been such a joy. South Dakota FFA, it is my privilege to introduce to you my parents, Robert and Tanya Feather, and present them with their honorary state degree.
That we grew up with.
Oh, jeez, do not remind me. Those times were so embarrassing.
Come on, Emily. I think you rocked this look pretty well.
I mean, yeah, but that outfit cannot compare to this.
Now that outfit is something else. It reminds me that times have definitely changed, but it's always fun to look back at some of the past trends and see the impact they've had on us. It's not just trends that hold an impact, but also people, especially those who have served as state officers in the South Dakota FFA Association.
Tonight, we get the opportunity to reflect and recognize those individuals who have had an impact on members of South Dakota FFA during their year of service. These individuals have helped shape our organization into what it is today, and many continue to serve as leaders in agriculture across the state. Thank you to all past state officers for your leadership and service.
State officers serving from 1960 to 1979, not on anniversary teams. Bill Blair, 64 to 65. Kent Frericks, 64 to 65. Lee Riss, 65 to 66. Bruce Patterson, 78 to 79. Larry Nielsen, 82 to 81 to 82. Jerry Eide, 89 to 90. Dean Vanderwalt, 89 to 90. Ginger Earhart, 92 to 93. James Halverson, 99 to 2000. Laura Alderson, 92 to 95. Kelly Keller, 02 to 03. Mary Christensen, 02 to 03. Danny Herring, 06 to 07. Noelle Swanson, 07 to 08. Grady Duxbury, 09 to 10. Caden Eisenbraun, 2018 to 2015. Jason Frericks, 2004 to 2005. Now recognizing our anniversary teams. Our 50th year anniversary team serving from 1973 to 1974. Rocky Blair, Terry Jaspers, Roger Lee, Scott Thompson. Our 40th anniversary team, serving from 1983 to 1984, who has an anniversary team, provided funding toward the Leadership and Program Manager Endowment. Tim Harwood. Our 30th anniversary team, serving from 1993 to 1994. Chad Washi, Jennifer Rumpsa, Jason Knutson. Our 20th year anniversary. Our 25th anniversary team, serving from 1998 to 1999, who has an anniversary team, contributed to the past state officer gathering earlier this evening. Tiffany Sanderson, Laura Roddy, Rachel Melhalf, Kathy Hildebrandt, Shane Reich, Nathan Sanderson. Our 15th year anniversary team, serving from 2008 to 2009, that has an anniversary team, contributed to the new state officer team training needs. Shad Christensen, Josh Johnson, Maria Boos. Our 10th year anniversary team, serving from 2013 to 2014. This team sponsored the new state officer team polo shirts. Bree Dam, Cheyenne Goodrich, Carrietta St. Peter. Our 5th year anniversary team, serving from 2018 to 2019, this team sponsored the new state officer team's state officer jackets. Colton Riley, Sarah Birkenhoff, Marie Howe, Grady Gullickson, Carolyn Blatchford, TJ Biggie. Thank you to all your service to the South Dakota FFA Association.
Here comes a breakthrough, here comes a day, here comes a moment that you gotta go for it, so don't let it get away. It's all about listen up to what I'm saying. Don't you know a good thing when it comes around the corner and it bites you? Nah, you don't need no doctor. I'm a sure thing, baby. Take your blindfold.
Businesses, organizations, and groups of individuals from across the state have helped our members break through as student leaders. These individuals have donated countless hours of their time to support and advocate for South Dakota FFA.
With the help of our Distinguished Service Award recipients, we can better develop our potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. Madam Secretary, will you please introduce the recipients of the Distinguished Service Award?
Please step forward as your name is called. Dr. Howard Bonneman has been in charge of the milk quality and products CDE in the state of South Dakota for 26 years. Dr. Bonneman ensures a high-quality contest each time and stays afterwards to explain the contest and answer any questions students may have, both at locally held CDE contests as well as the state level. He is a true educator and has provided countless opportunities to learn about students and advisors, coached teams, and developed SDSU student chairs for the contest. Any instructor in the state of South Dakota that is able to provide dairy science education can credit their knowledge to the one and only Dr. Howard Bonneman. The SDSU Meat Lab works closely with the South Dakota FFA to provide high-quality contests for members. The time and financial burden they take on proves their dedication and commitment to the South Dakota FFA. Members and advisors from across the state better understand the roles of consumers and processors within the meat science industry because of their work. At the state convention, the Meat Lab helps host the meat judging CDE for students, ensuring the contest runs smoothly and safely, donating time away from their daily operations. Joe and Nicole Klein have been longtime supporters of the state association. They have raised 4 children who have all been active members of the chapter and one who was a state officer. Through Joe's vet clinic, White Vet Service, he has participated in the Zoetis program to give back financially to local chapters in District 2. White Vet Service has helped sponsor the state degree reception for many years. The unwavering mentorship and support that they both have been given to current and former members and advisors have helped our association work toward fulfilling the mission of the agricultural education as the backbone of youth development. Lon and Mary Moeller. Dr. Lon and Mary Moeller began giving ag education and FFA in South Dakota as a high school ag education instructor and FFA advisor. From there, he began a long career of over 40 years as a professor of agricultural education at SDSU. Over this time, he taught, trained, and mentored a large majority of the ag teachers who were teaching in South Dakota during the time. He has developed and written the Farm Business Management Test for the state FFA convention since 1982. During the same time span of more than 40 years, he was involved in the National Farm Business Management CDE. He served for 6 years as the superintendent of the National CDE and spent countless hours preparing Farm Business Management CDE materials. His wife, Mary, has provided a great deal of support by editing both state and national CDE materials as changes were made and has been a key educator within the College of Education here at SDSU. Thank you again for your commitment to the FFA. Your support is greatly appreciated.
It is always an honor to recognize our valued FFA alumni and supporters with the Honorary FFA degree. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made on our behalf. Madam Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary FFA degree, farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agricultural education and the FFA, and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to receive an honorary FFA degree by majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Madam Secretary, will you introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Madam President, members, and guests, I am pleased to read the following names. Please hold all applause until the end. Reed Johnson is a current FFA advisor for the Phillip chapter and has taken lead as the first ever District 8 FFA advisor this past year. Mr. Johnson has been a helper to the State Ag Mechanics CDE, as well as a coordinator of the district level CDEs, and even hosts the Phillip CDE. Mr. Johnson serves as a District 8 advisor on both the Association Board of Directors and the South Dakota FFA Foundation. Alicia Kentoff is a current FFA advisor from the Garrettson FFA chapter. She serves on the South Dakota FFA Foundation Board and is an assistant liaison for the Employment Skills LDE. Ms. Kentoff was named the Region 3 Outstanding Early Career Teacher. Congratulations. Shane Gross has provided the State FFA Association with leadership on the Board of Directors and is a key leader in South Dakota Land and Range Judging Contest. Mr. Gross has been an FFA advisor since 2012 and is currently the ag teacher at Hitchcock-Tulare. Mr. Gross has served as a state officer and coached many winning teams. Congratulations. Karen Raudebush has been the FFA advisor at Bridgewater Emory and is currently the Mitchell FFA advisor. While in District 4, she was the host advisor to help organize all events and spaces for District LDEs in Mitchell, and she also served as a District 4 advisor. Mrs. Raudebush plays an active role in South Dakota FFA Association of Agricultural Educators as well as SDACTE, as she has been in the leadership roles to help further CTE and career technical student organizations in the state. Congratulations. Lindsay Kaufman is currently the FFA advisor for Scotland chapter, and under her leadership, she has helped plan one or more state qualifying CDEs this past year, but she hosted this event multiple times. Ms. Kaufman sits on the South Dakota Association of Agricultural Educators CDE Committee and was the CDE student coordinator. Congratulations. Bailey Coates is the FFA advisor and ag teacher at the Doland FFA chapter. Mrs. Coates has played a vital role on the SDAAE Awards and Applicants Committee, is one of the legions for the State Agri-Science Fair, the assistant legion for the Extemporaneous Speaking LDE, as well as providing leadership within District 1. Mrs. Coates has judged at many events, including static exhibits at State Fair every year. Congratulations. Janetti Hendricks is the current FFA advisor at Rapid City Stevens and has served as the District 5 advisor for many years, where she has gone above and beyond to help her district officer teams engage with the state-level programming, including bringing South Dakota FFA district officers to help at the Ag Adventure Zone at the State Fair. Ms. Hendricks is quick to offer help and advice to others. Through her leadership, she has served on the South Dakota FFA Board of Directors and was key in working with the Finance Committee to develop the South Dakota FFA Association budget. Whether working with her own chapter members or those from across the state, Miss Hendricks brings joy and excitement to every FFA event that she is at. Congratulations. Beth Mayrose Kangol has judged numerous times at multiple levels for LDEs and agri-science, is a coach for teams, and been nominating committee for officer selection. Mrs. Mayrose Kangol was the South Dakota FFA Executive Secretary from 2016 to 2019. She is an alumni of the McCook Central FFA chapter and provides feedback in reviewing applications before advancing to nationals. Congratulations. Cindy Heidenberger is the Executive Director for Groundworks Connect, who works diligently to provide agricultural literacy to youth across the state. This past summer, her work and engagement with the state FFA officers allowed for more of a full understanding of the efforts that Cindy and her team do to impact the lives of students, to engage in the reality of agriculture. She works to provide major resources to educators at all levels and lives out the value of premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. Congratulations. Zaina DeYoung provides coaching and support for the state officer team through this year. With her work at the Resource Barn, Zaina has contributed leadership curriculum for the South Dakota FFA leadership retreats, district officer trainings, and state officer training, as well as teacher resources for classroom lessons and leadership activities. She has been a financial supporter of the South Dakota National Chapter Awards and to the winner FFA state degree recipients. Congratulations. Carolyn Hansen is currently in the role as the South Dakota FFA Leadership and Program Manager, but her support for FFA and agricultural education extends well beyond these past 6 months. Ms. Hansen has been a judge for many state agri-science fair events and has helped local FFA chapters in partnership events with 4-H. Ms. Hansen has devoted the past 6 months to developing the South Dakota FFA Association and a lifetime of support toward advancing agricultural education in our state. Congratulations. Tracy Chase is a catalyst that has transformed the South Dakota FFA Agri-Science into the successful and thriving event that it is today. She taught at the chapter level, judged and led at the state level competition, served numerous times as a judge at the local and district events, contributed endless hours to the organization with being a state agri-science chair and taking the lead on creating a competitive agri-science contest in South Dakota. The South Dakota FFA Association will forever be embedded to Ms. Chase for the positive impact that she has made on our members, advisors, leaders, and this entire association. Congratulations. Dean Dunkelberger. Being the spouse of the FFA advisor is not always easy, especially when that advisor does not say no to anything. The Parker FFA chapter in District 3 appreciate the dedication Dean Dunkelberger has provided to the South Dakota FFA Association, District 3, and the Parker FFA chapter. Dean is always behind the scenes helping with anything and everything chapter related. He shuttles students to many different places and sits in the hallway while the advisor is at her committee meetings at the convention. He has cooked many of the meals at local banquets and ran the hometown Christmas activities while the advisor was gone at NAAE conferences. His favorite job was driving the dairy judging members to the dairy unit for many years when they were bussed out there by the state. He does all of this work with a smile on his face. Congratulations. Ashley Wiesen has been a high school ag ed teacher and FFA advisor at Dubrick for the past 2 years. She has served as a judge for Chapter of Conduct meetings and parliamentary procedure contests at District 2 LDEs for 10 years. Ashley and her husband Jordan have been sponsoring a District 2 scholarship for seniors for the last 4 years and also sponsor part of the Parliamentary Procedure LDE Travel Scholarship. Ms. Wiesen has written the State Parliamentary Procedure LDE test and abilities. Ms. Wiesen served as a state officer and has filled in as a state staff during months of transition. Congratulations. President Barry Dunn has been an active participant in helping to ensure that South Dakota State University and FFA have a strong partnership and is a pivotal leader in enhancing agricultural education within our state. The in-kind support that the South Dakota State University institution collectively brings to the state FFA convention is innumerable. Dr. Dunn has spoken to our membership many years, is a major source of encouragement, helps to facilitate to us on campus locations, and continually connects us with some of the top mentors to grow the quality of our programming for FFA members. Congratulations. Eric and Rochelle Dissing have been huge supporters of the Tri-Valley FFA chapter and are very active in the Tri-Valley alumni. At the chapter level, they have hosted the FFA kickoff meeting for the last 2 years, helped read through agri-science paperwork, and have sponsored all of the Tri-Valley State FFA degree recipients each year. They both assist and run the Nursery Landscape CDE at the Tri-Valley CDE and have been district qualifiers and find all materials needed for that contest. Their financial support extends to the state level for providing for enhanced recognition of the South Dakota FFA members. Congratulations. Oh,
Will the officers take their places beside me?
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Congratulations on this honor.
Your service to our organization serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I thank you for your service.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your name to our roll of honorary FFA degree recipients.
As Vice President, I thank you for all that you have provided to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as honorary FFA degree recipients. May this recognition prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect we have for you that you have been elected to receive the honorary FFA degree. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon you the honorary FFA degree and adult membership in the South Dakota FFA Association and present you with this as recognition of this extreme honor.
Many lenders work in agriculture, but only one works for it. Mission-driven and owned by the producers we serve, we help customers manage risk, grow their success, and achieve goals. More than just another lender in agriculture, we strive to be its most valued. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
We are about to crown our 2024 South Dakota FFA Star finalists.
What an honor it is to be announced into the Royal Court of FFA Star categories.
As royalties ourselves, we've spent countless hours balancing books on our heads and sipping tea.
But our star finalists don't do any of that. Instead, they work to balance the responsibilities of their supervised agricultural experience and keep accurate records of their findings.
For the rest of the night, we will have the opportunity to hear about the projects from our finalists and all that they are accomplishing.
Star finalists represent the top South Dakota FFA members, supervised agricultural experience, who have earned their state degree this year. The Star in the Agri-Science Award recognizes FFA members that demonstrate the top agri-science-based supervised agricultural experience in the state. Members from across the state broke through and engaged in their own cutting-edge research to better the agricultural industry following the scientific method. Tonight's finalists are presented with their parents and advisors. The State Star in the Agri-Science is sponsored by Glacier Lakes Energy, supporting the mission and vision of this award through the South Dakota FFA Foundation. The finalists, in no particular order, are
Abby Wagner is a member of the McCook Central FFA chapter and the daughter of Dan and Joni Wagner. Her SAE consists of 5 agri-science projects she has completed since 7th grade. Abby has conducted over 200 hours of researching, experimenting, and presenting her agri-science research findings in the plant systems, food products and processing systems, and social systems categories. One of Abby's greatest obstacles she's faced was completing challenging projects with a lack of information on the topic. This led her to finding new information to share with the agricultural industry. Through her SAE, Abby has learned skills such as organizing data, creating a well-written scientific paper, designing an easy-to-read graphics, and how to effectively present her research findings. Abby's advisors are Mr. Terry Riekman, Mrs. Tracy Chase, and Ms. Sierra Messman. Kelsey Volkrot is a member of the West Central FFA chapter and the daughter of Charles and Rebecca Volkrot. Kelsey's agri-science SAE consists of researching 6 natural and conventional dewormers for managing parasite load in her goat herd. She performed over 150 hours of research, presentations, and laboratory work, facilitating microscope use for performing fecal flotation tests. Some obstacles that Kelsey has overcome during her research include navigating parasite resistance to dewormers and regulations for purchasing over-the-counter dewormers. Kelsey's plans to attend South Dakota State University to major in animal science and then continue to veterinary school. Kelsey's advisor is Mrs. Linda Peterson. Paul Kafer is a member of the McCook Central FFA chapter and is the son of Sharon Kafer. Paul's SAE includes 5 agri-science research projects. His responsibilities throughout his agri-science projects include using proper safety equipment, safely managing and disposing of chemicals and biological materials, and acting responsibly and professionally when reaching out to experts. Paul's biggest challenge was determining the best methodology to collect and record data after forming a hypothesis within the agricultural industry. He found that the best way to overcome this challenge was by researching similar projects and reaching out to experts for advice. One of Paul's favorite accomplishments is learning that there must be a way if there is a will. He found through lots of research and perseverance, you can find the answer to what you are looking for. Paul's chapter advisors are Mr. Terry Riekman,
Ms. Sierra Messman, and Mrs. Tracy Chase. Tyler Gronwald is a member of the Tri-Valley FFA chapter and the son of Daniel and Jennifer Gronwald. His SAE research consists of experimental studies done within plant systems, environmental services and natural resource systems, in power, structural, and technical systems. Tyler conducted research on corn hybrids to find the best population for germination and pollination, different products affected on pH and soil, and the best type of board for trailer decks. Through his SAE, the biggest skill Tyler has developed is professional communication through presenting and talking with the judges about his agri-science research. The biggest obstacle he faced was balancing his time between research experiments, schoolwork, extracurriculars, and work. Tyler's advisor is Mr. Tanner Peterson. And the 2024 State Star in Agri-Science from the West Central FFA chapter, Kelsey Vokrod. Parents, Charles and Rebecca Vokrod. Advisor, Linda Peterson. Congratulations, Kelsey. The next star to be crowned this evening is the State Star in Agribusiness. The Star in Agribusiness Award recognizes FFA members with the top non-production agribusiness supervised agricultural experience in the state. Whether it is starting a nonprofit or being the CEO of their very own agricultural business in high school, South Dakota FFA members have broken through and made a difference in their communities. This area is sponsored by Farm Credit Services of America through the South Dakota FFA Foundation. The finalists, in no particular order, are Eldon Bloom is a member of the Redfield FFA chapter and is the son of Kenneth and Kelly Bloom. Eldon's SAE consisted of producing food products for local businesses that he began as a freshman in high school. During Eldon's freshman year, he started selling eggs and pumpkins to the local grocery stores. In 2022, he expanded his flock of chickens from 125 to 150 to keep up with the demand of eggs, as well as added sweet corn to the list of production. In 2023, Eldon purchased a hydroponic farm to provide local businesses with fresh lettuce year-round. He also tripled his pumpkin and sweet corn production, along with adding tomatoes into his production. Eldon has been faced with many challenges, such as drought, disease, and introducing new products to his businesses. He overcame his challenges by working with local businesses and performing research. Eldon's FFA advisor is Mr. Bradley Cheehawk. Ryan Blagg is a member of the McCook Central FFA chapter and is the son of Kevin and Amber Blagg. His SAE consists of owning and operating his own custom soybean rolling business. His responsibilities include communicating with potential clients and rolling soybeans. The biggest obstacle he faced was the derecho storm in the May of 2022. The storm blew apart buildings, leaving debris in fields. Before he went to roll the soybeans, he had to check to make sure there was no debris in the fields that could harm the soybean roller or damage the soil in the fields. Through his SAE, Ryan has learned to communicate effectively and to be honest and respectful to his clients. Ryan's advisors are Mr. Terry Riekman, Mrs. Tracy Chase, and Ms. Sierra Messman. Abigail Kolosik is a member of the Wessington Springs FFA chapter and is the daughter of Scott and Amber Kolosik. Abigail's SAE consisted of raising, marketing, and selling Nigerian dwarf goats, which she began prior to becoming an FFA member. She started her business with one billy goat that she was given and later grew her operation to 20 goats. She advertises her goats on Colosic Farms website and Facebook groups. Abigail's primary audience is people who want Nigerian dwarf goats for companionship and enjoyment instead of production purposes. Building a business from scratch was the biggest obstacle Abigail faced, and she was able to overcome that with the help of her parents and ag teachers. Abigail's FFA advisor is Mr. Brady Duxbury. Cash Lehrman is a member of the Bridgewater Emory FFA chapter and is the son of Jeremy and Bethany Lehrman. Cash's SAE consists of owning and operating a livestock clipping and torching business that began 4 years ago. He started out with just a pair of clippers and a goal to expand his knowledge further with skills to enhance sale performance qualities within livestock. As his SAE project and business progressed, he began to expand to wider and larger customer base with more opportunities. The biggest obstacle he faced were weather challenges in the months of December to March and workload management. Through his SAE, Cash has learned how to successfully operate a business and proper livestock torching and clipping procedures to prepare for production sales. Cash's FFA advisor is Mr. Alex Topol. And the 2024 State Star in Agribusiness, from Redfield, Eldon Bloom. Parents Kenneth and Kelly Bloom and advisor Mr. Bradley Cheehawk. Congratulations, Eldon. The next star in this evening's Star Pageant ceremony is the State Star in Agricultural Placement. The star in the agricultural placement is awarded to the FFA member with the top supervised agricultural experience, where members broke through and worked hundreds of hours for someone in the agricultural industry. This star area is made possible by the sponsorship of the Dan Streff family through the South Dakota FFA Foundation. The finalists, in no particular order, are
Ryan Blagg is a member of the McCook Central FFA chapter and the son of Kevin and Amber Blagg. His SAE consists of working for Iacker Semital's partnership, Horizon View Farms, and Smith Farms. Ryan's responsibilities include daily feedings, torching and clipping bulls and bred heifers for annual production sales, and also artificially inseminating cattle. The biggest obstacle Ryan faced was managing his time with work, school, and the organizations he's involved in. Through his SAE, Ryan has learned to evaluate cattle and select cattle for particular purposes, to be a role model in the community in communication with employers, customers, and community members. Ryan's advisors are Mr. Terry Riekman, Mrs. Tracy Chase, and Ms. Sierra Messman. Elliot Hendricks is a member of the Rapid City Stevens FFA chapter and is the son of Janetti Hendricks and Ty Hendricks. Elliot's SAE consists of working at High Plains Genetics. Elliot has been working seasonally for the past 4 years. His responsibilities include stall cleaning, animal feeding, assisting with horse and cattle artificial insemination, animal handling, lawn care, and helping with stallion semen collection. The biggest obstacle Elliot overcame was keeping up tasks while navigating labor shortages and balancing his time between work, other agricultural responsibilities, FFA, and extracurricular activities. Through his SAE, Elliot has learned the values of safe workplace practices, time management, and community relations. Elliot's chapter advisor is Mrs. Janetti Hendricks. Haley Kaiser is a member of the Howard FFA chapter and is the daughter of Brian and Heather Kaiser. Haley's SAE consists of working at Top Gun, Enterprise, and Kaiser Farms for the past 4 years. Her responsibilities at Top Gun include designing methods to encourage natural behavior, overseeing flock immunity, creating optimal environments for the pheasants, and influencing pheasant growth and development. At Kaiser Farms,
Haley's responsibility include vaccinations, castration, feeding, general farm protocol, baling hay, and crop production. Haley's largest challenge was encountering an obstacle within biosecurity measures for the flock at Top Gun. She focused on implementing protocols to ensure the health and safety of the birds. Her dedication and attention to detail in maintaining biosecurity ultimately led to the improved well-being of the birds. Through her SAE, Haley has learned the importance of accurate records, time management, and accountability. Haley's chapter advisor is Mrs. Charlene Weber. Natalie Hawsey is a member of the Parker FFA chapter and the daughter of Dustin and Jessica Hawsey. Natalie's SAE consisted of working on Dabru Dairy and Farms. Natalie has worked over 3,200 hours throughout the past 5 years as an FFA member. Natalie's responsibilities include pen changes, cow care, feeding calves, milking, and treating animals on the dairy. Early on, she learned about administer vaccinations for various needs of the animals. Natalie also became more involved in the technology operations of the dairy, learning to use various systems and teaching the different technologies to other coworkers was an important part of Natalie's job. Natalie also runs the swather, merger, roller, loader, manure spreader, and grain cart, and drives the truck on the grain side of the operation. The biggest obstacle Natalie has overcome was learning to adapt to new technologies. Natalie spent time working with South Dakota Ag United, creating videos about the work she completed at the dairy to help promote animal welfare in agriculture. Natalie's chapter advisor is Mrs. Kelly Dunkelberger. And the 2024 State Star in Agricultural Placement from the Parker FFA chapter, Natalie Hawsey. Parents Dustin and Jessica Hawsey and advisor Kelly Dunkelberger. Congratulations, Natalie. Our final star category is the State Star Farmer. The State Star Farmer is awarded to the FFA member that demonstrates the top production agricultural SAE in the state. The Star Farmer is sponsored by Farm Credit Services of America as a special project of the South Dakota FFA Foundation. The candidates, in no particular order, are Ryan Blagg is a member of the McCook Central FFA chapter and the son of Kevin and Amber Blagg. His SAE consists of owning 8 head of registered Semitol cattle, 9 head of Boer goats, and a custom soybean rolling operation. Ryan's responsibilities include the marketing of his bulls that he raises on an annual production sale, artificially inseminating his cattle, checking pastures, and calving out his herd. He AIs all of his cattle as he started to incorporate embryo transfer in his herd. Ryan uses laparoscopic artificial insemination in his goat herd to increase the quality of his kid crop. He markets his kids to 4-H and FFA youth through online sales and private treating. The biggest obstacle Ryan has faced throughout his SAE is the derecho storm in May of 2022, as he lost his calving barn and trailer. Throughout his SAE, Ryan has learned to communicate with clients, market his animals, and also balance his time between activities. His advisors are Mr. Terry Riekman, Mrs. Tracy Chase, and Ms. Sierra Messman. Faith Genslinger is a member of the Howard FFA chapter and is the daughter of Ray and Kay Genslinger. Faith's SAE consists of swine entrepreneurship with 4 Yorkshire sows, 2 Duroc sows, and 2 crossbred sows. Last year, she fed out 91 feeder pigs to sell to Smithfield. In 4 years, Faith's SAE has grown from raising 32 piglets a year to 91 a year, making her current operation 2.85 times the size it was at its start. Faith's main responsibility include record keeping, daily chores, vaccinations, and caring for farrowing sows. Faith has taken her operation to the next level by selecting quality semen for artificial insemination. She focuses on the number of piglets born alive and feed efficiency. Through her SAE, Faith has learned the importance of time management and biosecurity, as well as terminology and skills she can use in the future. Faith's chapter advisor is Mrs. Charlene Weber. Shelby Pankratz is a member of the Parker FFA chapter and the daughter of Dave and Annie Pankratz. Shelby's SAE consists of a registered herd of 37 Red Angus cows and 28 calves. Her responsibilities vary depending on the time of year, but include daily chores, animal welfare checks, and watering. During calving season, Shelby is responsible for checking her cows throughout the night and assisting if they are having difficulty calving. During branding, Shelby plays an important role in vaccinating the calves. 4 years ago, Shelby began raising bulls to sell on the Shaggy Meadows bull sale. She has sold 34 registered Red Angus bulls. Shelby has gained a better grasp of time and understanding of labor that goes into preparing for sale day. Shelby's chapter advisor is Mrs. Kelly Dunkelberger. And the 2024 State Star Farmer from McCook Central is Ryan Blagg. Parents Kevin and Amber Blagg. Advisor Mr. Terry Reekman and Miss Sierra Messman. Congratulations, Ryan. Your 2024 State Star winners are your State Star Agri-Science, Kelsey Vokraut from West Central. Please step forward as your name is called. Your State Star Agribusiness, Eldon Bloom from Redfield. Your State Star Placement, Natalie Hawsey from Parker. And our State Star Farmer from McCook Central, Ryan Blagg. Congratulations to all of our State Star Award winners.
What a great way to spend the evening, but I sure am exhausted.
Even though I'm walking out with a whole new wardrobe, come next week, I'll still say I have nothing to wear. But for right now, I'll just stick to my official dress.
Speaking of official dress, we have a job to do. In this session of the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention, our star winners, proficiency winners, and district green hands were all announced. We also got to recognize our Distinguished Service Award recipients and honorary state degree recipients.
We got to thank our star partners, meet the 2024 state officer candidates, see familiar faces by recognizing past state officer teams, and got to hear the retiring addresses from our state secretary, Raisa Zielinski, and state president, Alyssa Feather.
We can't wait to see you all back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the fourth and final session of the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention, and this time, we'll know what to wear.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have no announcements, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn the third session of the 96th South Dakota FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.